This is the BYD Denza B8, and this is the best China has to offer. A 100K SUV that makes you question whether a G-Wagon or an Escalade, a Land Rover, a Prado is even in the same class. But hold on, let me get this out of my refrigerator. Yeah, I'll take the steak and lobster, please. What is good, everyone? Happy 2026. We are inside the BYD Denza B8. This is the international version of the Leopard 8, or also, as they say in China, the Fangcheng Bao 8. Hopefully I said that right. If not, correct it in the comments. But this is a 100K US dollar SUV with so many features, so much going on. It's hard to even know where to start. But right here, I think this shows a lot, and I've never experienced this. This literally feels like I'm in business class right now. Let's get the video going. There's so many cool things I want to show you guys, so why waste time? Let's go. This is the BYD Denza B8, and we're starting off the year strong. We got it here in the black glossy colorway. We have the grille coming off with open air vents, the new BYD logo. The 2026 version got the facelift. So just a little bit of more information. The Denza is the international version, and there's the Australian version, the Middle Eastern version, and then the version that's released to the UK. So right here we're in the Middle East. The slight variances, but overall still the same car. Just with the 2026 version, you get a bit of a facelift. It looks a bit newer. You got the LED lights running across all the way through. There's cameras literally all over the car. The only thing I do notice is there's no tow hook up front for like towing capabilities, but let's be honest, most people with this car are not going to use it to tow. This is a pavement princess. This is just going to be on the street. If you go off-roading with it and you're in a 100K car, you're pretty crazy, you got a lot of money, and I want to be like you one day. But we keep going. We got the light strip running across, more the black glossy way. Just for reference, I'm 5'9", 175 centimeters, and look at how tall this car is. When I'm inside the car driving, the only car that's come close in terms of ride height is the Dodge Ram TRX, and this car has adjustable suspension, so it could be lower, normal, and tall. So I'll show you all the different variations. There's so much to go, but let's come down to the tires. These are the Michelin Pilot Sport EVs. Beefy 275 55R 20s. Nice 6-spoke wheels with the BYD logo in the center. Let's keep going. You got your footstep, which when you open, it's fully exposed. In some models, I believe the actual Chinese version, this actually comes out. It's automatic. This version it doesn't, but hopefully in the next years coming through. Over here you got your gas tank. It's an inline 4-cylinder engine with hybrid EV with 4 electric engines. So I'll cover the engine in a bit more. So this has 91 unleaded preferred, and alright, this is a 91.5 liter gas tank, which is the equivalent to 24 gallons. This is crazy. With the combined output, if you want to do full electric, you could go 91 kilometers just on electric. If you do the full hybrid EV, you're going over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge plus gas. You go a long way for not that much. So that's pretty awesome considering how big the vehicle is. But let's keep going. All right, we're in the back. We got the big spare tire. We got the tow hook in the back. So we don't have it in front, but we do have it in the back. It opens up from the side over here. As you can see, you got the badge for the plug-in hybrid EV. Open up, you got a first aid kit. Ooh, a Denza kit. Let's see what's in here. Oh, here's your charging cables. I'm curious because there is a karaoke mode for the car, and it said plug in the mic. So I was hoping to find a mic back here, but it looks like that's not the case. It's just the cables, but still cool. I'm sure you could buy the mic straight from BYD, but for now, that's it. All right, there's the 6-seater, and these seats fold down, so you can have plenty of storage space, or if not, you got plenty of people space. But let's keep going. On the right side, this is where you got your plug-in hybrid. Boom, look at this. Boom, boom. So yeah, you got all the cables so you can charge it, and you got the gas tank so you could fill it up with gas. That's it for the exterior. Let's check out the engine. Let's go. This thing is clean. And it should be, because this car only has like 1,000 kilometers. This is basically off the lot, guys. I'm getting to you fresh and hot, but this is the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. It looks big for a 4-cylinder, but I'm sure underneath you have your electric batteries, all those components. So the crazy thing is, right? So check this out. This car total output is 570 horsepower with over 760 Newton meters of torque. With the big weight, this car does 0 to 100 kilometers in 4.8 seconds. That is fast for a big car. So with that instant torque, you're moving and you feel it. The crazy thing is, as you're driving, you don't really hear the engine, so it feels like you're in a full EV. But let's check out the inside. All right, we're inside the car right now, obviously. But I haven't turned it on yet because I want to show you guys this. This is where I'm talking about, is like where the difference is made. Let me turn it on. So first off, you have these different switches that look like it's straight out of a Lamborghini. We got the foot on the brake. This is your start stop. Let's go. Tell me that ain't luxurious. That's crazy. Let's start off with the seat. You got the creamy brown seats with Napa leather with perforations across. This is because they're heated, cooled, and massaging seats, and that's pretty crazy. But you're like, Steve, a G-Wagon has massaging seats, it's not that crazy. Or Lambo Urus has massaging seats. Well, this is like 1/3 of the price, and not only is the front massaging seats, but the back seats also have massaging functions. All right, now let's go to the center console, the front, the dash. You got the digital center, you got the iPad, 17.3-inch display. But on the Chinese version, this is also a touchscreen where you could even watch Netflix on here and YouTube. I'm sure they took it off for international markets because of different compliance issues. I'm sure this has to be an airbag. But that's unfortunate because I would have loved to have seen the third touchscreen because that makes it pretty unique. Up top, you also have a digital display. You have a full sunroof. Very nice. Let's get that closed up. These are tactical. Then we come down here, you have your AC vents and then your gear selector. Put it forward for reverse. When you have it in reverse, you have full 360 camera, side camera, left camera. Feel like you're in Hollywood with all the different amount of cameras there are. Yeah, plenty of options. It's pretty cool because when you're driving and you make the right turn signal, the camera pops up over here, and when you're driving and you turn left, the camera pops up over here. So there's so much going on. The amount of cameras with the amount of technology, because it also has the Tesla feature where it shows you like the objects in front of you and the cars in front of you. It's just information overload. It's hard to keep track of everything. But this is the actual BYD touchscreen. Like I said, you got crazy stuff like karaoke mode and YouTube. All you have to do is connect to Wi-Fi and then look at these menus. It's sleek, it's fast. There's barely any lag, nothing that I can notice. You have so many different drive modes. I'm not the expert when it comes to off-road stuff, but you got your snow, sand, mud, mountain, rock, really cool animations. To go into certain modes, you have to select OK, making sure everything is right before you enter the mode, especially with race mode, because I'm sure with race mode, it lowers the suspension, kind of like a cheetah for the Tesla mode when you go on a Tesla Plaid. So similar when you go into the race, because it goes through like a whole section. Race mode activated, that's pretty insane. And then you hear the suspension like dropping. I don't know if you guys can catch that on camera, but it's pretty insane. And then it has the U-turn function, as they call it, but when it locks and then it performs the U-turn. I'll put in a clip so you guys could see. But so much over here. But once we come down here, you have 2 electrical chargers. Underneath, you have USB-C ports and a bit of extra storage space. But coming back over here, you have your gear selector and you have all your different driving modes. It has limited slip. Then over here, you got your off-road where you can lock each axle. Then you have your dynamic suspension where you control your ride height. Let me just close the door so I can show you guys. Now that I closed the door, it put me in my correct seating position. So it has memory seats also. Then you go dynamic suspension. You got to release the brake. And when you look at suspension, look, you got normal, you got high, and you got low. Isn't that crazy? That's wild, chat. As far as driving modes, you got normal, eco, and sport. Eco, sport, normal. I love the animations. And over here you can also control your off-road modes, your cameras. There's so much different buttons with all the information you receive here. Plus you also have the heads-up display, plus the information from here. So it's so overwhelming. And then you can also decide if you want to go full EV mode or hybrid EV. So do you want to run off the battery or do you want to run off everything? And the coolest part, this on off button. You're like, Steve, why does that show temperature? And why does that show a cool and a hot temp? Let me show you. So if you lift this up, there's a fridge. That's crazy. That's the first car I've ever seen with a fridge. That's so awesome. That's basically it from the front. There's so many different things you could get into on this car, and if I really want to show you guys everything, I'd be here for hours. So with the little time that I have, there's only so much I can show you. If you want more, I can definitely make another video on this car, because like if you look at this, there's speakers everywhere. It has an 18 speaker sound system. So on top of being in business class, you also feel like you're at the movie theater, and you put on YouTube, one of my videos, and you're in the passenger seat, you got someone driving you. That's life completed right there. It might not be a Bentley or something like that, but you still feel extra luxurious, I promise that. But let me show you the back seats. All right, we're in the back seat. You got plenty of handles to hold on to for your off-roading stuff. And then everything is just the Napa leather. There's charging ports right here. There's cup holders. Ooh, that was nice. On the seat, you got a flap that folds out. And the coolest feature is over here, you got your fridge. You got your settings for it. You decide to open or close it. I am getting a little thirsty. Drink some of this Korea peach tea from my last trip. Very nice. But let's keep going. We got more video to film. All right, now we're in the back seat. This is the 6-seater configuration. It could be 7. It's a little cramped back here, but I'm sure if you got kids or little children, you can make it work with them back here. And it does have a button for reclining. It's not much, but hey, it's rare you get reclining back seats, especially automatic ones. AC vents, more handles, tactile lights. This is nice. This is bougie. I feel like taking a nap back here while going on a road trip. Now, let's show you guys the best part, where we started. Now, arguably the best part, this is configured in a way to where the seat folds fully down, to where now you have a recliner seat, or if you're tired, you slide all the way down. Now you got yourself a bed. I think the massager is engaged on it, so it's massaging my head. So 2 for 1. That's it for the actual overview of the car. Now let's do the actual driving experience. All right, now it's time for the driving experience. One little quick thing that I do find annoying about this car is the lock and unlock for the doors is this button right here. There's the physical button on the door, but if someone's coming to open the car door and it's locked, they don't have a way to open it. So you have to physically go here if, say, it's the back seat and you can't reach it. So that is annoying. I do not like that. But that's just something small, to be honest. Once you're starting off, even though the 4-cylinder engine is going, it sounds like it's pure EV right now. It sounds super quiet. There's barely any noise inside the cabin, which is a good thing because it's luxurious, it's quiet. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. But down here, you have the option to go either EV or hybrid EV. A quick way to notice, there's a little letters right here that tell you what mode you're in. But it feels good in here. Everything's like nice quality material. I like the leather. There's barely any weird noises. It's about what you would expect from this level of quality. This is $100,000, so you do expect it to be relatively nice. Where on the opposite side, you know, Chinese is usually known for cheap stuff, affordable cars. Most cars are like 15 to 20,000 USD, but this is the complete opposite. There's full luxury mode. They wanted to show you what they can do with a lot of money, but it's quiet, it's comfortable. These seats don't hurt at all, but let me show you guys. There's one thing I still don't know 100% because I have a V8 car, so I'm not too familiar with hybrids or EVs. There's one specific annoying little like warning sign that pops up when it goes past 50 kilometers of energy. But that's the only annoying part. Oh, look, right here, you You got your turn signals. That's super cool. If you put your turn signals this way, you got it over here. Pretty cool, but it's kind of weird because you want to look there, but you also want to look over there because that's what you're used to. So you're like, oh, where do I look? There's so many cameras. And then some turn on automatically. Like if something gets in your field of view, it'll show up on here on the cameras. So it's just so much information that the car is throwing at you. Look, right now it's showing you this camera. You got a camera over here. You're trying to look at your different mirrors. It's a little overwhelming. And at the same time, normally you got your navigation. So you're trying to look at the maps, making sure you're making the right turn. But then you're looking at the camera, so that's the only annoying part, I would say. This pops out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it pops out, so you get a little cool feature here. And one thing I didn't talk about, the key. So once you buy this car physically, you get 3 key options. You got the physical one, you got the digital one for your phone, like Apple Pay, and then you have like the credit card version that you can put in your wallet. Those are all really cool. And honestly, like the key, look at this. It's nice. But that's basically it. You put your 18 speaker system all the way up. You pull out a drink out of your refrigerator. You start your road trip. You got your kids in the back. Not a bad deal, guys. I definitely want one of these. It's a shame they're not in the US. Hopefully one day they will be though. And if they ever do, best believe I'm gonna try to get one. Cause another thing is, like, other car companies, I feel like to have all of these features and all of this included in one car, it's got to be like at least $300,000. Like, let alone BMW try to get a hold of this technology. They're going to try to charge you subscription for each camera. So we definitely don't want that. We want it as is, as the price it is, with the quality it's at. You know, reliability is somewhat questionable. People are like, oh, this might not last 10 years like a Toyota. Well, this car is only a 2026, so it's hard to say if it'll last, but hopefully it lasts. From what I've heard about the Chinese people, BYD stands for build your death with the amount of reliability issues. So hopefully this one proves them wrong. Well, that's it. Let me wrap it up outside. So that's it for the BYD Denza B8, also known as the Leopard 8 or the Fangcheng Bao 8. Let me know what you guys think. Is this car worth 100,000 US dollars? Should it be more? Should it be less? Do you want to see this in your country? Let me know in the comment sections. All I know is I want to buy one of these. With Chinese vehicles, there is the question about reliability. With all the premium materials that went into this car, it looks like it's showing good signs. It might last a while. Hopefully it does not blow up. But as long as it doesn't, I want one of these. I need one of these, because imagine a road trip, guys. That sounds awesome. But that's been it. Let me know what car you want to see next. But until then, I'll see you guys next week on another new episode. Peace out.